So we're here to install an outside socket, and we want to come from this plug. It is live, fantastic, but what the hell is in here? I wanted to know because it might be some wiring for a socket, or it could be anything. But 9 times out of 10, it'll be a TV aerial. And guess what? It's a TV aerial, in and out, not used anymore. So I'm going to chop them out because I'm going to change this socket to a double, just because it's going to have the extension of the ring main in here. So I'm going to have 4 cables in. So I want a bit more space. And look, that's a plastic box anyway. So let's make it a little bit better by clearing it out, chopping it out, putting a 35mm deep back box in. And yeah, it's a brick wall. So yeah, I'm going to have to smash it out a bit more. But I did want to confirm as well that it was a ring. And it's on a 32 amp RCBO. And now to mark up where the socket's going to go, or how far I'm going to have to chop it out. And yeah, as you look at this, it's not going to cover up that TV socket. So yeah, I'm just going to go to the side of it and basically make good. That's all I can do really. Now to grab the drill. This is not the big SDS drill, it's just the little drill, which should be fine because I'm only going through a bit of breeze and then there's a single brick outside. So I should go through that. I'm going to drill from the inside because I want a nice neat hole to go into that YT2, that little mini socket that'll go through there. So I'm going to drill it straight out here. If you can spot the schoolboy error, that mat doesn't go to the corner. And yeah, that brick dust, I'm going to have to clear that up. It's a nightmare, it'll mark that carpet. So I've gone through with the 10mm bit to start, which is quite small. And now I'm going to up it to sort of a 12mm bit. So I can get 2 cables through basically. So once I carry on the ring main to this outside socket, I always like it if it's easy to do, carry on the ring main to the outside socket, then it's not going to be a spur basically. It's not going to be a spur or anything like that. And you can add other sockets later on if you want to. So this is where I'm going to drill from the outside as well, just to make the hole that little bit bigger. I'm not going to go all the way through because knowing my luck, I'll go off centre and come out in the middle of the wall. So I just want to drill that and then go inside as well and drill it out from this side. So the breeze will be nice and easy. Then eventually I should be able to go straight through with the cable. And I get my bit of 2.5 cable, make it nice and straight, and hopefully poke it straight through to the inside where that socket is. And would you have guessed, it came out perfectly. I didn't guess, I always knew it's going to come out perfectly. If I've drilled the hole, I know exactly where it's coming. And now I want to feed it back through, so I've just got a loop so I can keep this outside socket on the ring main. And the easiest way to knock a circuit off, yeah, trip the RCD. And this is where the gamble may have paid off. Is it a ring? So you check the neutrals, make sure they've got continuity. Check the earths, make sure they've got continuity. And then the lives as well. And look at that, it is a ring, spot on. And then we've got the great task of chopping it out. I'm going to try and be as delicate as possible because I want to cause as less mess as possible. So I'm just doing it with basically my hammer and my chisel. I'm going to knock out the box to try and get it neat, but it never always works out like that. I will silicone around it to make it look a bit neater, but I'm going to smash this out because it's in the breeze block, so it should be relatively easy. And now to try and fit my 35mm box into this hole without smashing all the plaster off the wall. A little tap gently does it, just to try and slip that in, because I don't want to pull them cables forward anymore, because yeah, they're plastered into the wall, and if they've got no capping or anything on, yeah, it will pull the plaster off. So I've just got to get this box in, and once it's in, yeah, smash it into place. And we're not just going to clip this along the wall. That'll look terrible. We're going to put it in a bit of YT2. So yes, let's measure this out, then go outside and cut it. And this is my little tool from CK. I love it. Like, you just measure it out. What I wanted is about 800, which is just there. Hold my finger there. I'll probably forget, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's do it again. Measure twice, get it right once. So I'm going to measure again with my little Sharpie, make a little mark on it as well, on the back. Basically, not on the front, because if I cut it, there'll be a black mark on the front. So I'm going to cut it, mark it, sorry, on the back, and then get my new tools, my new little toy I've got here that I thought I'd treat myself to. I've wanted these for a little while. Yeah, I've got to work them out a bit, really. Pull them to bits. Yep, I'm still trying to work out how to open them up, but there's a knack to it. And then get it in there. That nice blade which should sieve straight through that trunking and make it a nice clean cut, like brand new. And does it? Yes, it does. Look at that. Looks beautiful. There's me showing off my new little toy. I spent money on them, so I want to. They're nice and clean at the moment and sharp. So there you go, my new toy. And that is a perfect fit with the trunking, which will go straight there to that socket. Spot on, perfectly measured. And it matches all right, really, with that, what do you call it? Dado trunking? Architrave? Skirting, that's what I'm looking for. It's skirting, it goes well with that skirting. But obviously with this trunking as well, it is sticky, but I have to hold it in place. So I've stuck it to the side, but I'm still going to drill a couple of screws and wall plugs in there, just to hold it on. Because if you look at that other little bit that was stuck to the wall, it fell off. I don't want mine to fall off. I want it to be on there and stay there forever. And I also want it to look nice and neat with the lid on. I'm going to push the lid straight up to the end, because I'll put a bit of silicone around that, but I'll tap it on. Sometimes when you tap it on, you mark it with your hammer. So you have to give it a bit of wipe after. I'm going to be wiping up with my Wonder Wipes anyway. So whilst I've got my tester out, I might as well give this a little loop test, just to see what the existing circuit was like, to make sure it's not going to be a nightmare and I've got to find a loose connection or anything. And then whilst the tester's plugged in, yeah, I might as well trip the RCD as well, so I can work on the circuit. And once I know that's off, we can just take this socket off and start joining my new wiring, onto the existing wiring, which is going to carry on the ring main. And I'm going to join it in the back of this box with Wagos. It's a 35mm box, there's plenty of room in there, but as you can see, I decided to put some sealant round it, some decorator's chalk. Made a right mess, should have done that last. But these are quite short cables, so I'm straightening them out a bit with these long nose pliers, just so they can get in the Wagos a bit better. I don't want a little wonky and then they'll come out and it'll be a nightmare. So I'm straightening them up, but I will double the earths over again that are going into the socket. And then I discover that my little grommet's falling off, so I need to push that back up. So I'll get in there and start pushing the grommet on. But this is why you should do your decorator's chalk and your filling after it's done. Look at the state of that. Bloody all over my hand. So then now I'm going to join one of the old legs of the ring to the new legs of my outside socket. And then the other old leg and the other new leg will go straight into the socket that will be on the wall. And yeah, hopefully tidy up some of that silicone. It's a right mess. And then just to confirm as well, with your tester out, check the continuity. See what resistance you got on this ring. Because if it's a bit of a pants reading, yeah, you're going to have to try and find it. But I got 0.69, I think that said, on the neutral and the live. Yeah, the earth was a bit high, but I didn't care about that. It was decent. Now to tackle these two legs of the ring going outside and put the actual outside socket on. And I want to stretch these out too, so I can get them in the hole and chop them off, just the excess. And this is Doncaster cable. So yeah, it's lovely and durable and spot on. So what I'm installing here is a BG outside socket. I like these because you can see through the covers. And yeah, you might not approve of me doing this. Yeah, I'm just drilling the holes out with my masonry bit. I just want to drill them out because all I want to do is mark the holes with my pen to be able to see where I'm going to drill, and they'll be fine, to be honest. And yeah, the back hole as well, I'm just going to drill a 12mm hole with my masonry bit as well. I have to go right back to the van to get my 20mm cut out bit for that, but this will be fine because there's only two cables going to the back of it and it'll all be siliconed up, so shut up. So once I've got my holes in my new socket, I can just thread it onto the wall, and again, the level's indoors. I got a plan. If you just search level on your phone, yeah, it comes up and actually you can use it as a level. So yeah, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to get my Marksman and get it located in the right one so I can squeeze a bit of paint out the end and just mark the 4 holes. Squirt a bit of paint through them holes just to mark exactly where I want to drill it. And I've never ever failed with this markman. It's always given me a decent hole, and I drill perfectly where that paint comes through. Yeah, and it fits spot on. And here is where I'm using my arm egg twister bit. These are spot on. I think these bricks are relatively soft, but yeah, they go in easy. This is a twister bit on the impact driver. This makes my life so much easy. Don't have to get the big SDS drill out. So these twister bits, yeah, they go into this wall like butter. And for an outside socket, I'm going to put a bit of silicone in these holes. I don't know why, it's just become a habit now. I stick them in there so the raw plugs go in there neater. I don't know, so they stick in nice. And then put plenty of silicone in that hole where the cables come through, because that will seal it up as well. And then just to put my red plugs in there, look, they don't go all the way in. They're going to need a little bit of a hammer. So they're nice and tight, but this is a good thing because then it will screw in nice and tight for the box. So give them a bit of a tap, straight in there, and you're ready for that socket to be fixed on the wall. And this is why I like using the impact bit. You can just pull it straight off and then put your screwdriver bit on the end, because this makes it easier to be able to fit the socket. You just need one tool. Like the amount of tools we have got, I don't want to carry them all around all the time. So once you've put the screws in, just by a couple of threads by hand, just bang them up with the impact driver. And then that will squash all the silicone that you're putting around there as well. So it will seal that box watertight back to the wall. And I think this might be a bit controversial with a couple of sparkies. What do you do with these little black tabs? They're in the box, so I find I just shove them on. I just put them over the holes, sometimes put a bit of silicone on so they stick better, but if anyone ever wants to get that off, they're going to fall off. They normally fall off when you look at the socket later on, years down the line, they fell off anyway. But yeah, stick them in there. It's meant to make them screws watertight. So yeah, I've just stuck them on. And now to basically just second fixed. And the beauty about using Doncaster Earthsure, you haven't got to faff around looking for a bit of earth sleeving. Beautiful, perfect. All I need to do is strip the cables back, make it nice and neat, and stick the socket on. And again, the earths are obviously smaller. They're like 1.5 or 1 mil on this 2.5 cable. So I will bend them over. I'll double the earths over, but with the live and the neutral, yeah, I'm not going to bother. And of course, you can never have too much silicone sealant. Seal it up so nothing gets in there. It's just extra watertight, I'd say. Now, all that needs to be done is to second fix the socket. Put the earths in the earths, the lives in the lives, and the neutrals in the neutral. Pretty simple. And don't be one of these people that cut them really, really short. So basically, it's a nightmare to get off again. You've got plenty of room in the back of that double socket. So loop them round. So if you ever have to pull it off, you can get it in nice and easy. And with these BG sockets, they used to have screws, but they had an upgrade. They've got the little twist and lock to lock the front of the socket in place. Nice and easy. Then all I've got to do is my final test, loop the socket and trip the RCD. Done and dusted. Oh, and what we also installed is some of this rubber profile for LED tape. What do you reckon? I want to know what it's like in the pitch black. Let me know what you think, or if you've installed this.